I'm here because I guess I don't know who else to talk to.
I'm always open to listen to anything a patient needs to say.
I'm having a crisis. A crisis of not exactly sure the words for it. I'm torn between right and wrong, but the line between them is so unclear.
Why don't you try explaining the situation, and then I can offer some advice, or at least have a better perspective.
I love my son. Well, that's not a strong enough word. I cherish my son. He's my only child, and when my husband passed 20 years ago, he's what got me through it.
I can see that.
But he's also a bad kid. He's not a bad kid. He does bad things. He's gotten involved with drugs.
May I ask what type of drugs?
Pot, cocaine, heroin, amphetamines. I've tried to help him. Hospitals, rehabs, churches. But he keeps falling in with the wrong people. And the drugs, they've changed him. That is not who he is.
I understand. Perhaps he needs a different rehabilitation facility?
We've been to 4. And we moved around to try to get him around different people, different friends. But it didn't work. We can't afford to do that again. And now, his girlfriend's an addict. And the problem is, there's been a lot of burglaries in our town. And one of them was a violent home invasion.
And you believe he had something to do with it?
I know he did. When he doesn't have money for drugs, he does desperate things. I know he was involved.
And now you don't know what to do.
What are my choices? I don't want him hurting people, stealing from people. He's gonna end up dead or in jail for the rest of his life. But how do I turn him in? How do I call the police on the only thing that matters in my life? Let's be honest. Without him, I have no reason to live. No reason to wake up anymore.
It's a terrible position you're in. Tough love is a lot tougher than people can imagine.
These drugs, they're a horrible thing. I've been to church my entire life, and they talk about evil and Satan, and that's what these drugs are. They possess my sweet boy, and they turn him into a stranger. Some days, I'm scared of him. My sweet angel. I'm actually scared of him.
We need to get him into rehab. And unfortunately for you, there is no easy answer.
No, there's not. There's really not.
Yeah, so I pretty much sold weed in college because I couldn't afford anything else. You know, I didn't want a job at Chick-fil-A or the college campus bookstore. So after college, when I couldn't find a job, because college was fucking useless, I started to sell again.
Did you sell other drugs as well?
Nah, just weed. It's just like basically legal now. But back then it wasn't. I'm no drug dealer or anything.
Not accusing you of anything.
So, I mean, people would just come to me to buy a nickel, a dime. You know, I'm no Mexican cartel, just little shit. I didn't even know this kid. He kind of looked like, you know those Where Waldo books? He looked like Waldo. I called him Waldo. He started to come to me regularly. Most people came to me on weekends, but Waldo every Thursday.
Were you friendly with him at all?
Nah, just strictly business.
When did you find out?
Well, I was at this party and my boy Ryan was like, yo, that dude got stoned and hit a pregnant woman with his car. And I was like, what, who? That's when I found out. Look, I don't mess with the alcohol and fuck that drinking and driving shit. But we never fucked me up like that before.
Marijuana significantly impairs judgment, motor coordination, reaction time.
Yeah. Well, this woman was walking across the street and he fucking killed her.
And how do you feel?
How do I feel? That I sold guys some weed, he got stoned and killed a pregnant woman? I mean, I feel responsible. I mean, you could say if he didn't get it from me, he would have got it from someone else.
That's probably accurate.
Yeah, but he didn't get it from someone else. He got it from me. Ultimately, I'm an accomplice to that.
No, you were not.
Yes, I was. If it wasn't for me, that woman, that baby, will still be alive. Isn't that true?
Can't say.
Yes, I can. I killed a pregnant woman and an unborn child because I didn't want to get a real fucking job. Think anyone at Walmart kills a baby because of their job? No. But I did.
Yes, so I live in a really nice suburban town. It has great schools, it's safe, it's perfect for my family. And my kids are really involved in the sports in our town. Cheerleading, volleyball, soccer, gymnastics, basketball. You get it.
Yeah, it seems like you're living the American dream.
Right. But it's also a nightmare. The kids in my town? Well, the kids are all right. I mean, some are little assholes, but in general, they're fine. It's the parents. That's why I'm here in therapy.
I'm not sure I understand.
I hate them. I want to kill them. Wait a minute. I don't really mean that. Actually, I do mean that. I can't stand them.
Perhaps you could explain a bit more.
Look, I love my kids. I'm proud of them. I support them. But these people, they act like they have nothing else in their lives except for the shit they sign their kids up for. They're obnoxious and arrogant and condescending. And you should hear the way they talk to their kids. They act like every game or every event has someone's life on the line. They're mean and impatient, and they're classist and self-absorbed.
Well, I think I get it now.
And I have to live among them and pretend to like them when all the while I'm plotting their deaths. Like, it's scary, but I can't help it.
I have to say, as a parent myself, I do understand how they can get under your skin, but I would try to curb any violent thoughts.
Yeah, you're right. It's just they're pretentious bitches, and I just want them to drive their stupid minivans off a cliff. Is that too much to ask?
Have you ever tried yoga or meditation class? Might help you learn to relax a bit.
Then there was the Cheer Mom event. My daughter is a cheerleader in her high school, and cheer moms are, for lack of a better word, evil. And I got sick and tired of this horrendous mom clique acting all high and mighty because their daughters get thrown in the air. My daughter's a base, and these moms make snide remarks about how the bases are just the big girls who just stand there and watch the real cheerleaders. So, at the last cheer event, I jokingly mentioned to one of the moms that she better shut the hell up, or maybe my daughter won't catch her daughter next time she's thrown in the air. It was wrong, I know. But it felt so good to say it. And at the next cheer event, I'm thinking about setting a bomb. That's what's keeping me going.
I'm sorry to stare. I feel like I know you.
You might, been around.
Wait. The Storm Chasers? You're Jason Storm, right?
Yeah.
Wow, it's like my first celebrity. It's probably be awkward if I asked for an autograph, right?
A little awkward.
Sorry. So, what brings you here?
Well, I got married right out of high school before the career took off. Subsequently, before I became Mr. Rockstar. Whatever. It took a toll on my marriage.
Did you get divorced?
We should have. She had every right to leave me, but, we have a daughter. And she couldn't. She wouldn't do that to her.
But it was justified.
Oh, beyond justified. I was never there. I was never, ever faithful to her. And when I was there, I was coming off a tour, so I was in need of detox. I was exhausted. Not what a husband or father should be. Shit. What did I expect? I mean, I missed every Christmas, every birthday. You know, until a year ago, I didn't know when her birthday was. I didn't know my daughter's birthday. How messed up is that?
So it's changed.
Life. The band is pretty much over. And I've been forced to grow up. And, I realized that after all the sex and the drugs and more alcohol than any man should consume, all the important things aren't there anymore. I want to be... No. I mean, my wife knows what I am. She's accepted it, but... Rebecca? I want to be your dad again. But, she treats me like I'm a stranger.
Because to her you are, yes?
Yeah. I guess I am. You know, when I am around, she calls me Jason. Not Dad. Jason. And it hurts. It hurts. But then I feel like a hypocrite because my wife told me that for every birthday, for every year, she would sit by the phone waiting for me to call. And I wouldn't. Instead of giving this angel the one thing that she wanted, I'd be drunk, stoned, sleeping with someone whose name I don't even remember. I want her in my life. I also know that I don't deserve her. I know she deserves a hell of a lot better than me.
But she is your daughter, and I'm sure she still loves you and needs you.
I came to therapy today to make sure that I'm not the same person that I was. If I fight to get her back, I don't want to hurt her again. I've been cruel for 12 years. I can't do that to her again.
So I'm a sex addict.
Okay, we can help you get over that.
Why would I want to get over it? It's fun.
Well, compulsive sexual activity and persistent sexual thoughts can interfere with your ability to work, your maintaining healthy relationships, and just doing basic daily activities.
But sex is my daily activity. It's all I think about. In fact, can we hurry this up? I have a date in a few minutes. I've been meeting guys in hotels these days. It's a lot easier than trying to find a place to have sex in a restaurant. And not to mention, my Hilton rewards are really adding up.
So I'm confused. If you don't want to stop, why are you in therapy?
That stupid judge demanded it.
Judge?
Yeah, see, I kind of wore my second husband out. He tried to keep up, but he didn't make it.
So he divorced you?
No. We were doing it like 35 times a day, and he had a heart attack. You know, at least he died happy. And now his kids are trying to press charges. They're calling it a homicide. I mean, really? You can have killer sex, but you can't kill with sex.
So are you currently dating?
Yeah. I figured most guys can go between like 2 and 5 times a day, depending on the guy, of course, but I need to be dating 4 guys at all times.
I have to say, in all of the cases of sex addiction that I've encountered, you're definitely the most extreme.
Thank you. You see, for me, I can't understand why people aren't having sex all the time. I mean, come on, why not? What else would you rather be doing? Eating? Traveling? Nothing else compares. So why not have sex every day, all day?
Don't you see that repetitive sexual activities have become the central focus of your personal life?
Right. And it makes me happy. So why should I, or anyone for that matter, do anything else?
But what about school and social events and all the things that other people do to enjoy life other than sex?
Look, you can have a pizza or a rice cake. Who wouldn't rather have the pizza? Nothing is as enjoyable as sex. So why do anything else?
What about having variety in life?
I do have variety. Different races, different heights, different beds. There's a lot of variety.
You know, although some people refer to compulsive sexual behavior as sex addiction, the APA actually does not classify it as a mental health disorder.
See, good. I'm not crazy. Tell the judge that, please. Shoot, it's been 15 minutes since I've been laid. I've got to go.
So, what is it that you're feeling? Guilt?
No, I don't think so. Guilt? Please, I've never been guilty by anything in my life.
Well, it's never too late. Perhaps remorse?
You know, for the longest time, I did a lot of bad shit. Talking years ago, 10 years, 15. I was the guy they called when they wanted something done. They would come to me first because they knew I didn't care. I would do anything to anyone. Then I'd go home to my family, have dinner, like nothing ever happened. We both know what I'm talking about, right? I don't gotta spell it out for you. But that's what I'm saying. The reason I worked as much as I did is because I felt nothing for these people. No matter what they said, or how they begged. Whatever. I did what I had to do. One guy is going with a zombie because it was like I was dead inside.
We never really spoke about your childhood, your upbringing.
Please, I'm not gonna get into that shit. Fucked up family, fucked up childhood. Boo-hoo. People go through shit all the time. It is what it is. The thing is, the problem is, I spent most of my life not caring about anything or anyone. But that's not the case anymore. I may not remember their names, but I remember their faces. Every single fucking one of them. And I see them when I go to sleep at night, when I wake up, when I'm driving to the supermarket. I see them and they're looking at me.
I wouldn't rule out guilt.
It's not. Okay. Say it is guilt. Then what the fuck are these visions? Am I hallucinating or am I a fucking whack job now? I don't even know how the fuck to stop it. Because I can't deal with this shit. Some nights it gets so bad, I want to put a bullet in my own head.
Tell me something. Do you believe in karma?
Is that what this is? They're getting back to me? Karma. God. I mean, I guess, right? Sooner or later, right? It had to happen sooner or later.
What are you seeking from these sessions? Sympathy?
Sympathy? Fuck sympathy. You find sympathy in the dictionary between shit and suicide. What I want to know is why I'm being haunted by these people. If I'm losing it, or it's really happening.
Ultimately, real or imaginary, you're experiencing it, so it's going to affect you the same way.
Shit. I thought I got away with it. No one knows who I am or what I've done. But I guess in the end, there really is no clean escape.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning.
I was so excited to start college. My family was too. About a month before school, we went up to the campus, and we went to the campus bookstore, and my dad bought all those stupid Proud Parent shirts and bumper stickers, and they were really proud of me. Kept telling me what an amazing opportunity this was.
You're looking forward to it?
I was. New beginnings, you know? I mean, it was fun. I met this really cool group of friends, and we started partying right away, and then if I'm being completely honest with you, the first few months were a total blur. I met him at a Halloween party. He was really hot. I had no idea that he was the star football player at school. And I didn't care because he was really cute and he was really funny and sweet. Yeah. Sweet. And he was a few years older than me. But I still trusted him right away. And then a few weeks later at another party, we were both really drunk.
I know this is difficult. Just take a breath, okay? Continue when you're ready.
Sorry. He took me to this room, and I remember there were all these dirty clothes all over the floor, and I just kept thinking this room is so dirty, and it smelled really bad. It smelled like that shit that you put on sore muscles. I guess the football team used it. And then he raped me. And I screamed, and I fought back, and I said, "Not yet, please, not yet." But he held me down, and I was so messed up. But then it got worse because I reported it. And I had meeting after meeting, and they just kept talking about how drunk I was, how
how drunk I was. And they said that we were already dating and that he basically didn't rape me. So I said, well, I was screaming and I said no. So how is that not rape? If you were screaming, how come nobody heard you? Why would the star football player need to rape somebody? How do you rape your girlfriend? Really? Fucking really?
I've actually heard horror stories like this before, and it's beyond disgusting how these schools react. Please go on.
Then that was it. They don't like bad press. And they don't want anybody to say anything about their precious football team. And they don't want anything to stop their contributions. So I became a liar. And a slut. And then soon nobody believed me and everybody thought that I made the whole thing up. So then I had to leave school. In shame. And then he went on to get drafted.
I'm so sorry.
You know what, though? I can still smell that smell. It chokes me. And I smell it every single day of my life. So yeah, like I said, I was really excited to start college.
I really want to marry him. He's amazing. He's handsome. No, not just handsome. He's hot. And my family loves him and hate everyone I bring home.
Seems like you found a keeper.
Yep, and we both love to travel, we both love dogs, and we want to name our son Mayan.
Mayan?
Yes, we both love the name Michael and Ryan, so we decided to come up with Mayan.
Match made in heaven.
But I seriously have to break up with him. He hums during dinner and lunch and breakfast. And he never trims his toenails. Do you want to see my legs? The amount of scratches I have from his eagle talon toes? And my dad raised me as a Giants fan and he only loves the Jets. I can't stand them.
So perhaps marriage is out of the question? Or should be?
No, I have to marry him. We're soulmates. He's my twin flame. He makes me laugh. He buys me flowers. He buys me chocolates. He bought me a Gucci bag. Hey, I'm not in it just for the money, but dang, you know? And when we kiss, I see fireworks. I know that may sound cheesy, but I'm not just saying it. I legit see fireworks.
Well then, if you can look past the little things and focus on the big things, then perhaps he's the guy you should be with.
But he has disgusting back hair and a lot of ass hair. I mean, his butt is covered. It looks like an ape. Oh, and he wants his mother to move in with us. And I didn't mention, but he has an obsession with serial killers, female serial killers. Some days, I think he would rather be with the Boston or Massachusetts manslaughterer, that lady who killed 35 men from Boston. She also has this tattoo of tiger eyes on her back. And he asked me to get the same exact tattoo.
Well, that sounds like there might be a severe psychological issue, and the best thing you can do is perhaps just avoid him. Tell me something. How long have you two been together?
We met yesterday afternoon. I found him on Tinder. So what do you think? You agree I should marry him, right?
I don't know, I guess start by saying my father was a piece of shit. I guess that's the best way to put it. I mean, he wasn't really a loving or affectionate man. He was always mean and angry, and really abusive towards my mom. He was horrible to me and my brothers.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I mean, I hated him. I remember being scared to death of him, but I always hated him.
When did he leave?
I want to say I was about 13, maybe. I mean, at that point, the damage was already done. But it would have been nice to have like a male role model or father figure, especially in our teen years, but he just wasn't there.
But this isn't necessarily about your father directly, correct?
No. It's about me and my son. I mean, I had him young. You know, it is what it is. I got a daughter too. And lately I'm just... Don't get me wrong, I love my kids.
Go on. What are you doing?
I'm yelling at them. I'm cursing at them, I'm screaming at them. You know, I'm always telling them they're doing something wrong. I'm neglecting them, spending time with them. I'm starting to yell at their mother, curse at their mother in front of them. Becoming my father, person I hated the most.
This chain, this circle, it usually continues on until you make a conscious decision to break it.
Yeah, but why would I do that? Why him? Like, I hated everything about him. Like, I hated him, especially the way he raised us. Like, what the hell? Was something wrong with me? Why would I follow and do the same things he did to us?
Because it's all too common for children to imitate what they're raised on, right or wrong.
And that's another vicious cycle. I catch myself acting like him. And it's like, I hate myself for it. Like the way I hated him. Then I get even angrier. And I just don't want to be around anyone. I don't care about anyone or anything, and it just makes everything worse.
Maybe you inherited that from him too.
You know what? It does feel maybe not better, but it feels good to actually talk about it and get it off my chest. I do want to get help. I know for sure I don't want to follow in his footsteps.
Is there anything positive that you inherited from your father?
Positive? Yeah. He told me exactly what not to do with my kids. I could always thank him for that.
So, I want to be more intimate when I go on dates with people.
Okay, sounds good. Where is the issue stemming from? Is it trust issues?
No, I'm good with all that.
All right. Is it commitment issues or perhaps insecurities, body issues?
Look, I know I got it going on, okay? I'm talking about, like, the gross factor.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, so if I go on a date with someone, they're gonna want to hold my hand, right? Well, I don't know when they washed their hands last. I mean, people go to the bathroom all the time not washing their hands, and then they want to come hold my hand? I don't think so. And what if we go out to eat together? I don't want their contaminated hands all over my nachos.
Okay, so you suffer from germophobia, which is the fear of germs, bacteria, contamination, infection.
I just want them to wash the hepatitis off their hands. And kissing? Oh my God, that's gross too.
Why is kissing gross?
Why is kissing gross? Did you really just ask me that? And you're a professional? Hello, exchanging saliva? Oh my God, I might as well put a gun into my damn mouth. Kissing can give you syphilis, meningitis, mono, herpes. Kissing is like eating out of a toilet, honestly.
I don't think I want to get to actual intercourse.
Please! Some dude's gonna go take a piss and then try to stick it in me? Sex is completely disgusting. I mean, strange smells, body fluids everywhere, and it's disease central. I mean, HIV, fucking AIDS, gonorrhea, chlamydia, scabies, pubic lice, genital wars.
Stop it. Oh, please. You're making me want to get a divorce and, like, become a nun. Yes, it's disgusting, but it's also beautiful.
I want all the pleasures of sex and intimacy, just without all the gross, disgusting shit that goes along with it.
So talk to people online and just, like, buy a vibrator.
Did I say you were stupid? You know what? You're right. Thank you. I think I'm completely cured.
You're welcome.
Wait. Did you know you can still get an STD from a sex toy?
Yes, I did, but I was hoping you didn't.
I don't really understand why I'm here.
Well, there are questions about your violent outbursts.
Violent outburst? Do I look like a violent person to you?
Violent people don't always look violent.
Do you know who Peter Parker is? The guy under the Spider-Man costume? The science nerd? That's me. And as you already know, I've been bullied most of my life. I don't fight back. I never fought back.
Sorry to hear that.
See? I'm a target. I look like a target. I act like a target. So I guess I've just accepted that.
But can I assume that years of bullying and torment, all that repressed fear and anger, it's been manifesting inside you?
Of course it has. Who wants to wake up every day knowing that your life is about to suck? How can you focus on grades or school when you worry about getting bullied, hurt, or harassed online?
May I ask, why did you never fight back?
I was scared. Scared of getting hurt. Scared of confrontation in general. Scared of making things worse.
Well, I'm not advocating violence, of course, but you can't remain a victim forever.
It was my brother's first year in school. He never had any problems before. These guys found out he was my brother and they started messing with him. I felt something I've never felt before.
Your brotherly protective instincts kicked in.
I've heard the expression that people see red when they get angry. It's true. Everything literally turned red, and there was no sound. Just this loud rumbling. I know that doesn't make any sense, but I just started hitting them. All three of them. I don't know if they hit me back. I don't know what actually happened.
It's years of pent-up frustrations, just culminating on wants to protect your brother.
I don't even know who pulled me off of them. Or what actually happened.
All three of them were taken to the hospital. There were broken bones and numerous stitches. So tell me, knowing this, how do you feel?
Terrible. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I know they deserved it. I know they had a long time coming. And I know how to protect my brother. But I feel terrible about what happened.
So tell me about yourself. What brings you in?
I used to make fun of people that went to therapy. I thought they were weak.
It's a huge misconception.
Yeah, I see that. So, what brings me here today? I'm not sleeping these days. Can't sleep. I can't eat.
May I ask what you do?
What's the difference between a lawyer and a prostitute? A prostitute only screws one person at a time.
So I take it you're an attorney.
Guilty as charged. I'm a criminal offense lawyer, and I'm great at my job. Started as a street kid, came from nothing, and now big house, lots of cars. My kids sure don't eat McDonald's for dinner, I'll tell you that.
So everything is going well? Except?
I started out on the streets. I used to fight for my clients, create miracles. And honesty, that wasn't part of the process. You know how a lawyer sleeps at night? He lies on one side, and then he lies on the other.
So lying is the issue?
Look, we all know what the job entails. Regardless of whether a person is guilty or innocent, it's our civic duty to provide legal representation in the court of law. Ultimately, it's a judge or jury's decision to decide guilt, not ours. In the past, when I knew somebody was guilty and I got them off, damn, it made me feel like a rock star. I loved that challenge.
So what happened?
I had this client charged with sexual battery of a 16-year-old. I knew he was guilty, but I got him off. And I saw him look at that girl in the courtroom. That part of me, that guy that grew up on the streets, I wanted to take him in the back room, show him some old school justice. But that part of me sold out a long time ago.
It's like you said, you don't decide who's guilty or innocent, you just defend them.
I gotta live with myself. I gotta look in the mirror and see this guy that put this animal back on the streets. Listen, I have kids, I have a daughter. It's hard for me to look at myself and reconcile what I do anymore, who I am and what I am. When my kids say to me, Dad, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. It's hard for me to look back at them and tell them they're just so much better than what I do.
Your job, unfortunately, is a necessary evil in our society.
Evil. You got that right. You know, Winston Churchill said, lawyers occasionally stumble across the truth. But most of them, they just pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened. It's what I did. And now, it's who I am.
Doesn't have to be. No one ever said you have to do this forever. You can always change your life for the better.
We'll see. So what do you call 25 lawyers buried up to their chins in cement? Not enough cement.
So if I remember correctly from our phone conversation, you're having problems with your father.
Yes. He's constantly nagging me, criticizing me, and insulting my boyfriend, and telling me over and over again about all the wrong choices I made in life. Just last night, he went on a tirade about how I can't keep saving stray dogs. I love stray dogs, and I have no clue how people can mistreat them the way that they do.
Well, that's certainly commendable.
Sometimes I just want to tell them that it's my life, my decisions, and good or bad, it's the life I've chosen.
I understand. Will he listen to you? You think he'll be receptive to that type of communication?
No way. He sits and watches the ball game and drinks his beer and curses and... He's just a miserable man. Just last night, he called me at 2 a.m. and told me to run to the 7-Eleven and get him more beer.
So tell me about your boyfriend. Curious about that relationship.
Eric? Oh, he's very nice. He treats me well. And he's a chef, so I often eat well.
What type of chef?
He cooks Amish Chinese fusion. I know it's eclectic, but he does it, and it's wonderful.
Sounds like you two have a nice relationship.
Yes, we do. Except when we want to be intimate, Dad usually screams and makes him leave. It's very awkward and uncomfortable.
I can imagine it would be. How long have you taken care of your father?
Up until he died 9 years ago.
I'm sorry, he died?
Congestive heart failure 9 years ago.
So, who's telling you that Eric needs to leave? Who told you to get beer last night?
Dad, I told you.
Okay, where is he?
In the house. In the basement.
And he talks to you.
Well, talks is putting it nicely. He screams at me.
Tell me, does Eric see him?
Only when I bring his head down to the basement. Otherwise, he only hears him.
How long were you on the force?
3 years. 3 years doing what I loved.
So you were still fairly new to the streets?
Well, look, I was raised in these streets. I grew up in these streets. Kind of why I became a cop. I know there's a lot of drug dealers and criminals, but there are a lot of good people too. Hardworking families that can't leave because they don't have the money. So, kind of why I wanted to help the good guys, you know?
And you still can. No one said you have to leave the force.
I can't stay on.
Police shoot the bad guys. It happens.
I mean, look, I know on paper I did the right thing. He had hostages. He shot at me. He shot at my partner. I know that if I didn't kill him, I could be dead. My partner could be dead. Innocent people buying milk at the bodega.
Correct. You saved them.
But I shot this kid. I know it's part of the job, but...
No one said this would be easy. And taking a life, right or wrong, it's traumatizing. You need time to heal.
Maybe his father wasn't around. Maybe his friends were thugs. Maybe he had to live that life because that's how you survive on these streets. But when I saw his mother and his grandmother crying, hysterical, how I shot their baby.
Would it have been better for your mother and grandmother to be crying at your funeral? Because that's what it looks like you were facing.
Like I said, logically, I know I did the right thing. But I shot this kid. He died at my feet, looking up at me, scared. I don't know if I can do that again.
Don't quit. Just give it time.
When I was a kid, my father hit a deer with his car. I saw the look on the deer's eyes. It haunted me. I still see it. So this isn't gonna leave. Ever.
How are you today?
I don't know, same.
Okay. So we should probably talk about it.
Why I tried to off myself? I don't know, I was bored.
Okay, stop. You don't have to put on this act with me.
What act? I don't want to talk about it.
We have to talk about it.
I don't even know you. Why should I talk to you?
I don't know you personally, but I've dealt with enough pain to understand what you're going through.
Unless you've walked in my shoes, you don't know what I've gone through. Unless you live my life, you don't know what I'm going through. Every day, every minute, every fucking second of my life, you don't know. You can't know.
Okay, you're right. But I can help you. At the very least, I can try to help you.
No one can help me.
I've heard that before.
If I wanted to stop people from being homeless, I can go out. I can try to get someone off the street. Maybe even give someone money for a motel for a few nights. Maybe even take one into my own home. One. Just one. That doesn't stop people from being homeless. Something too big for one person to fix. Too monumental.
See, you're wrong. Perhaps you didn't end homelessness, but you did for that person. Saving one life is how we change the world. Making a difference to one person is, in a small way, putting into it.
I hate myself. I hate the way I look. Even when people tell me how pretty I am, I don't see it. I don't believe them. I hate the things I've done with boys to get them to like me. And when I start to really like them, they don't care about me anymore. I hate that my father was never around. I hate that my mother, who was actually there, was still never around. I can't look into the mirror anymore. I hate who I see. I hate going to sleep each night because I know that when I wake up, I have to face another day. And I don't want to. I don't want to face any more days. I've cried all I can cry. I just don't want to wake up anymore. I don't want to fall in love because it doesn't exist. I don't want to have children that are going to suffer every day like I do. And I know I'm supposed to be happy. But I just can't find a reason to be. I want to die. And you can't stop me from wanting to die. You can't stop me from trying to kill myself. I don't want to hurt anymore. And I'm so young. I just want to enjoy my life. But I can't. I can't.
Okay, so why don't you tell me about yourself?
Okay, well, I like waffles. I like doing yoga. I'm planning on getting married next year. I just need to meet the guy first.
Okay.
I like waffles for breakfast. Every once in a while, I'll put strawberries on them. Or blueberries. Do you like waffles?
No. And you know, I'd like to know more about you. About you.
I work at Friendly's. I'm a waitress there.
Okay, how's that?
People there aren't very friendly, so that gets confusing. Yesterday, a few people called in sick, so I had to work the kitchen and the floor. I was in charge of apps and salads. Well, not phone apps, like appetizers. You know, like mozzarella sticks, chicken fingers. Yeah, isn't it odd that chickens don't really have fingers? So why do we call them chicken fingers?
Well, I'm afraid I don't know.
Chicken fingers, but also chicken tenders and chicken strips. It's skinless pieces of chicken that are usually breaded and deep fried. But since chickens don't have fingers, they don't come from chicken fingers. So why do we call them chicken fingers? Right. Although they are meant to be easily eaten with your fingers. The name probably comes from the fact that they're shaped like fingers, like human fingers.
Okay, let's get away from the chicken fingers and you tell me why you're here.
Oh, right. I'm in pain.
Okay, that's more like it. Thank you. This is emotional pain? Does it have to do with your family or maybe a guy that you're dating? Sometimes people are in pain and they don't know why.
I do know why. Okay, it's my shoelace. Well, actually my sneaker lace, but people don't say sneaker lace, so I have to say shoelace. Even though I wasn't wearing shoes when it happened.
When what happened?
Well, when I tripped and fell on my wrist.
What is causing you emotional pain?
Can you stop asking about my emotions and just help me with my wrist?
Help you with your wrist?
You're a physical therapist, right?
No, I'm a psychotherapist.
Oh. So you can't help me. Well, then what the hell am I doing here talking to you about chicken?